The Presidential Election Tribunal resumed its hearing following last week's adjournment, with Peter Obi and the Labour Party continuing their presentation of evidence. Throughout the day, we again witnessed the significant impact of Peter Obi's involvement in the presidential election and the entire process. His involvement and that of the other opposition shed light on how the judiciary, as an independent and crucial arm of government, strives to assert its independence. The outcome of this process will determine whether they succeed or not. For now, it is noteworthy that the opposition is pushing this arm of government to uphold justice, as we all deserve. Similar to last week, Levi Uzoku appeared to be leading today's proceedings on behalf of the Labour Party. She began by introducing another Labour Party councillor, Peter Afaba, SAN, to the judge. Afaba then sought permission from the judge to present additional evidence. He respectfully stated, "My lord, we most respectfully apply for tender forms EC40GEO from Niger State. We have 10 local government areas with a total of 45 forms. We also seek to tender 5 reports from that state." As expected, the APC and INEC immediately objected to the submission of these documents as evidence. However, in line with previous instances during the presentation of evidence, the judges allowed the documents to be admitted and marked as exhibits. Once this matter was settled, the Labour Party proceeded to submit more evidence. The council expressed, "My lord, may we now proceed to Osun State, specifically the 7 local government areas listed on page 6 of the schedule for forms EC40GBO. Predictably, the respondents raised their objections once again. The INEC lawyer addressed the judge saying, "My lord, may you permit me and some of my colleagues to leave the courtroom. We have just been served with all these documents from the case this afternoon, and we haven't had a chance to review them. It is essential that we examine them urgently before the proceedings. These documents are numerous and quite heavy." The presiding judge granted the INEC counsel's request and allowed them to leave the courtroom. The documents being referred to by the INEC counsel are those brought into the courtroom by the Atiku Abubakar team, whose presentation is scheduled to commence later in the afternoon. It is evident that INEC is concerned about the legal trouble the commission has found itself. Each passing day, they become increasingly aware of the gravity of the trouble they have brought upon the country by failing to adhere to the processes and procedures they promised Nigerians during the elections. If they had done the right thing, Nigerians would have embarked on a new chapter of confidence, hope, and optimism, regardless of the election's outcome. However, they choose to subject everyone to this nonsense they are now calling an election. And now they complain that the evidence of their fraud is too much. Truly astonishing. Continuing onward, the Labour Party concluded the tendering of their evidence and sought permission to present additional evidence, specifically from Osun State. The Labour Party council respectfully stated, "My lord, we have 15 copies of forms EC40G for 8 local government areas in Osun State." The presiding judge granted the permission and the evidence was admitted. Subsequently, the Labour Party council submitted forms ECG41 from the 12 local government areas in Edo State. Once again, the usual suspects, that is the INEC and the APC, protested, but this time only mildly. At this junction, the judge mildly admonished the Labour Party team, remarking that the documents appear to be disorganized. However, the Labour Party legal team informed the judge that they wish to preserve the documents in the state they received them from INEC. In other words, they wanted the judge to witness the disorderly manner in which INEC presented the documents to the petitioners, all in an attempt to waste their time. Obviously, the intention of INEC was to divert attention of the petitioners towards organizing the disorderly documents instead of focusing on the case. The judge seemed satisfied with this explanation and admitted the documents into evidence. Next, the Labour Party turned their attention to Sokoto State. The Labour Party council tendered 52 forms EC40G and submitted 4 reports from 4 local government areas of the state as evidence. Predictably, objections were raised by the respondents, but the presiding judge admitted the documents into evidence. Sokoto State holds particular significance for Labour Party due to 2 reasons. Firstly, despite INEC's claim that the Labour Party received only about 6,568 votes overall, in just one ward the party garnered nearly 2,000 votes, surpassing both the APC and PDP in that particular ward. This sample evidence raises serious questions regarding the accuracy of the meager 6,500 votes INEC allocated to Labour Party. Furthermore, the state is peculiar because it was believed that the Labour Party could not secure a victory in the north. However, they managed to overwhelmingly defeat both the establishment political parties, that is the APC and the PDP, in the Gaji B ward. Anyways, after the documents from Sokoto State was entered into evidence, the tribunal took a 10-minute break. Following the conclusion of the 10-minute break, the tribunal resumed its section. Labour Party Councillor Audu Anuga took charge of the proceedings. Despite objections from the APC and INEC, he tendered documents from 21 local government areas of Adamawa State, which were duly entered into evidence. Next, the Labour Party Council drew the court's attention to page 19 of the 7th schedule, which contained illegible forms EC8As from Adamawa State. Considering the unreadable nature of the documents, the Labour Party had requested INEC provide supporting documents. It is these supporting documents that were tendered and now entered into evidence. Shortly thereafter, documents from 20 local government areas in Ogun State were also tendered by the Labour Party Council. Here, the Labour Party Council asked the presiding judge to review page 21 of the 7th schedule. This also relates to the issue of blood and unreadable documents presented to the petitioners by INEC. Again, these documents were tendered and entered into evidence. The judge agreed that the documents, including those from Shagamu, were indeed blood. It is truly surprising how INEC used such unreadable documents to proclaim Bola Tinubu as president. The sheer dishonesty is truly astonishing. Now we get to the part where the APC council humiliates himself with frivolous comparisons. He said, "My lord, like the rock that is strong and solid, we..." Presiding judge interrupted him and cut him off, saying, "The rock is not in Nigeria. You want to make an analogy from the Bible." The APC council persisted, stating, "That metaphor is applicable to this case, my lord." However, the judge was not swayed by such nonsense and responded, "It is not. Which rock are you solid like? There are other metaphors to use." Realizing that the judge was not entertained by his theatrics, the APC council changed his approach and said, "Okay, my lord, as constant as the Northern Star, the fourth respondent stands firm on the decision to object to the so-called January blood document." After this little drama, the judge admitted the document into evidence as requested by the Labour Party. Subsequently, the Labour Party Council asked the judge to turn to page 16 of the same 7th schedule, which pertained to Ekiti State, and listed various local government areas across page 16 and 17. The Labour Party Council then formally tendered the document as evidence. Before the judge could enter the documents into evidence, however, the APC Council, who apparently believes he is funny, remarked, "My lord, our position on this matter is strong and solid as Zuba rock. We stand resolute, objecting to the documents presented and tendered by the petitioners." The presiding judge, seemingly amused by the APC's council's error, quipped, "Why not Aso Rock then?" Just in case you're wondering, the supposed APC legal expert was probably trying to reference Zuma Rock, but he mistakenly said Zuba Rock. Why am I not surprised? Can the APC do anything right? Eventually, one of his colleagues realized the mistake and informed the judge, saying, "My colleague is trying to say Zuma and not Zuba Rock." At this point, the judge scolded the APC council, saying, "We need to be cautious with jokes we make in court because when they reach social media, they are often interpreted differently. For example, the other day, we referred to Okutaba SAN as a general, and the comments on social media were simply incredible and absurd, not in the way we intended them to be." If you are wondering why we are bringing you these updates from the court, it is because we aim to hold them accountable. They may not want live coverage, but they cannot hide their activities from us. May I take this opportunity to request your support for our work by subscribing to this channel and clicking on the notification icon. It makes all the effort we put into bringing you this information worthwhile. Moving on to the next set of evidence submissions, the Labour Party Council proceeded to tender IREF documents from Rivers State. As expected, objections were raised by the respondents, but the documents from 19 local government areas of the state were admitted as evidence. Following that, the Labour Party Council requested permission to turn to page 6 of the 8th schedule, which contained documents relating to results from 13 local government areas in Edo State. However, it appeared that the documents were not prepared in a state fit for tendering as evidence. So, instead, they requested to submit the documents from Akwa Ibom State, which were duly tendered and entered into evidence. Subsequently, the lead counsel for Labour Party, Levi Uzoku, requested an adjournment from the court. She said, "My lord, we have less than 30 minutes left to conclude today's hearing, so let us resume tomorrow, my lord. We still have a few documents to tender, but we will continue tomorrow, my lord." The presiding judge agreed, saying, "Okay, this petition is now adjourned to tomorrow, June 14th at 9 a.m. The judge also announced that the other case involving Atiku Abubakar will resume at 2 p.m. As soon as the Labour Party case was adjourned, the PDP arrived at the tribunal with their own television, fully prepared for the presentation of their evidence. It will be an understatement to say that INEC and the APC are facing serious trouble for their involvement in the election theft. By the way, I've heard that a certain CBN governor has been arrested. I can't help but wonder who else will face arrest in 1 year's time from this monumental electoral fraud. Does the name Mahmoud rings a bell? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We will continue to provide updates on the tribunal proceedings as much as possible. Before you go, please remember to subscribe and click on the notification icon. I would love to hear your thoughts on today's proceedings. Additionally, if you need to catch up on previous days at the tribunal, I have several videos available for you to watch. Take a look and stay informed. See you soon. Bye for now.